Hey guys, it's me Jazz, and welcome to my 2-month and 2-week breastfeeding update. Yay! I have been successfully, let me look at my ticker, hold on, if I can get to my home screen. I have successfully been breastfeeding for 2 months and 2 weeks it says. I have this little ticker from Lily Pie on my computer and it tells me how long I've been breastfeeding. So yeah, 2 months, 2 weeks. And the first month it was a little challenging because I know I told you guys I had got mastitis, an infection in my breast because of the wrong bras and all this other kind of stuff and missing feedings. But we have finally got it right. Me and Bella have finally got a routine where we're doing every 2 to 3 hours. I got my milk supply going. I'm not forgetting which breast I left up on. And now things are about to change because I'm about to go back to work in 2 weeks. And now I gotta learn something new, which is building up an additional milk supply. So, with me returning back to work, I am not always going to be able to get to my daughter to be able to breastfeed her. The daycare that she will be going to is in the same office as where I work, luckily, and we have a lactation room. However, I'm not always going to be able to get to her with just 2 15-minute breaks and a lunch. I'll be able to make it to her during my lunch, but not my 2 15s. They are really supportive regarding lactation and things like that, and it won't count against you when you have scheduled lunches and stuff like that if you need to nurse, because by law they can't say no, you can't go feed your baby, especially when your baby's down the hall. But just in case, I am going to still build up that extra milk supply. So I contacted my lactation consultant, and what I was advised to do is, in the morning times, normally you have extra milk in your breast. You actually have a little bit more in there than you would when you're doing out the day, when you're consistently feeding, because by now the baby is sleeping a little bit longer at night, causing you to have more milk stored up in there. So what I was advised to do is go ahead and feed the baby in the morning, and then an hour after you feed her or him, whichever gender you have, go ahead and pump out the milk and store it in a freezer, in a breast milk safe freezer bag. Put it in the freezer and store it. So and what you want to do is pump on both breasts. So that gives you 2 bottles that you should have. And my baby, she eats about 4 ounces of milk every 2 to 3 hours, I guess, or a little more. And so that's how much I should have in there. So that's 2 bottles, 8 ounces, because I'm pumping both breasts. Now, she asked me which pump did I have, and I told her I had even flow pump, and she told me that that was not a good pump, because she said it could actually slow down your milk production, and because of the way that it flows out the milk or something like that. I don't know. I haven't had no problems with it. I've used it a couple times, not all the times, but I have used it, so I don't know. What she said is when I do go back to work, I do have to still pump every 3 gosh, I'm battling a cold, guys. But I have to pump every 3 hours. I'm there for 8 hours, so that means I have to pump twice that day. If I'm going to be able to feed her, if I am going to be able to feed her during my lunch break, that means I only have to pump an extra time. So, that extra time in the morning, and then one time when I'm at work, and then feed her during my lunch break or something. Alright, so that's my plan when it comes to that. As far as getting another pump, she said I need to get the Medela pump, or whatever it's called. But that thing is like almost $300, $200. The good one, the dual pump, is like almost $300, and I don't know who got $300 like that. But she gave me some tips on how to get one with my flexible spending account that I have at work. So that probably will happen by January 1st, because that's when all those benefits roll in for all you people who have to do your benefits and becomes eligible in January. So wish me luck on that. Come on.
Hello? 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 That's right! Oh, not again. One thing
to say? Oh, Cupcake. I think that's your screen name. I know I keep mentioning you, but I really want to say thank you for the idea about getting a bracelet, which I did do, because I remember, you guys, I was forgetting which breast I left off on, which was causing problems. So I went to go find a bracelet. I found this one like plastic bracelet online, but it was so plasticky and it just wasn't really cute. So I decided I didn't want that. And I saw these other bracelets that had these little beads and numbers, and it looked kind of cool and really cute, but they wanted like $20 for it. So I was like, there's got to be a way that either I'm going to have to make this bracelet myself, which when I looked at it, I said, this is too complicated. So I was like, or I'm going to find some place where I can get it cheaper. And you can never go wrong with eBay. So I went to eBay and I got this bracelet. And if you follow me on Twitter, I took a picture of it, you will see it. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to explain it to you real quick. So this is the bracelet. See? And if you look close, you'll see all these different numbers. You see that 4 and the 2 back there. And this is supposed to be 10 right here. So all these different numbers, what they're representing is the time. Now in between these are little beads. Each bead represents 15 minutes. So you see there's 4 on there, so that would be an hour, right? So what it's saying is that, for example, and it's this little clamp. It's this little clamp right here. It says love on it. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I got it backwards. Hold on. Alright. I don't know if you can see it, but it says love. And it's a clamp. And what you do is, you take the clamp and you put it, you know, where you, so for instance, say that you last fed your baby at 2 o'clock, right? And you fed your baby for 15 minutes. You would take the clamp and you would do like this. So that would represent 15 minutes. Say you actually fed your baby for 30 minutes. Then you take the clamp and you would put it like this. Right? So that represents 30 minutes. For me, Bella don't never eat that long. She eats 10-minute increments. So they represent 10 minutes for me. And I don't see us going an hour. So what I do is I just put it on when the beads represent the 10 minutes. Alright? And also what you want to do is make sure you put the bracelet on the breast that you left off on. So if you left off on your left breast, you put it on this one to remind you, okay, I fed her at this time for this amount of time on this breast, on this hand, on this, you know, side, left side, and then you would switch. So thank you, Cupcake, for that idea, because that has helped me with my consistency and keeping me from having any issues, and I've been much more successful because of it. Alright, so that's that. Another thing is, because of the fact that I'm breastfeeding, for you breastfeeding mommies out there, Bella's pediatrician advised me that though breast milk is the best thing that a baby can have, it's not sufficient in vitamin D. So I had to go and get these infant drops here. And they can't have iron in them until I guess she gets a certain age. But she told me don't get the one with iron, get this one. These are vitamin D drops. And it's a vitamin that you give to the baby every day. And it has a measurer in there. See, to 1 milliliter, I believe that is. And you give it to the baby once a day. Now, I usually give this to her first before I feed her. And then I go ahead and breastfeed her. Another thing is prenatal vitamins. I've been taking these, and these have really been helpful for me with my health, because when I stopped taking them, that's when I started getting colds and all that stuff. I started taking this and my cold is going away. Another thing you want to make sure you do, oh, and these are once a day, by the way. Another thing you want to do is make sure you please drink your water, guys, because I kind of start falling back on my water, and all of a sudden my skin just started getting so dry, because when she's breastfeeding, she's taking a lot of fluid from my body, and my skin has just been getting so dry. But when I start drinking my water, my skin gets more moisturized. She wants my attention, you guys, so I'm about to go in a second. So that's one thing that I would tell you, and make sure, you know, you keep your diet balanced, and eat your, you know, don't eat a lot of fatty foods and things like that. A lot of what you eat can affect the baby too. I'm noticing certain things that I'm eating makes Bella very gassy. Like, I mean, gassy. She be tearing it up. I'm like, I gotta go get some Lysol. Because that ain't right. But anyways, that's basically it, guys. So my 3-month update, I will let you guys know how it's been going with me returning back to work and how that's worked out. Because, you know, all this is new. It's my first time. And, you know, for you mommies out there who plan to breastfeed, if you can learn anything from me, I'm more than happy to help you guys, you know, learn from me and my mistakes that I've made with it and different things that I've learned from and I'm doing right. So that is it with the breastfeeding. I plan to still, you know, exclusively breastfeed her up until she's 1 year old. There will be a point where I probably won't nurse her from my breast. I'll just pump the milk and maybe like nurse her every now and then. But yeah, my goal is to let her have breast milk until she's about 1 year old. And that, my friends, is it. Breastfeeding is great. Oh, and it has helped me lose a lot of weight and maybe too much weight because I'm usually like a 7'8" in jeans and I'm down to a size 5. Yeah. Alright, that's it, guys. Alright, love y'all. See y'all. And happy breastfeeding.